Hello, NFL and Packer fans. Welcome to this week's recap. This week we were in sunny Los Angeles, California for an easy matchup against the 3-5 Chargers. Well, it didn't go as well as we had planned or hoped. In fact, it was one of the most horrific, lopsided victories that we should have won. Chatting with some of my friends and asking me what they think the score would be, and I just said, I don't know, but it's going to be a blowout for Green Bay. Well, here's my initial thoughts and reactions to the game. Absolutely frustrating to watch. What a gong show. We were so bad. And hey, I understand the NFL is incredible. There is parity. Any given Sunday, any team can usually beat any team. And that was one of these Sundays. There's no way we should have lost to the Chargers, especially how they've been playing. Now, granted, they did get some key people back into their lineup who they've been missing for a while now. And so that was definitely the difference. But the difference makers in the game were definitely on the defensive side of the ball for the Chargers, where Ingram and Bosa were beasts. These guys were unbelievable, tenacious, never stopped the whole game, and they were the difference makers. In fact, they caused so much trouble. We haven't seen our offense look this bad all season, and we've had some bad quarters and halves and just different moments in the first half. So, it was so bad that we only had 50 yards total at halftime, I believe, and when I saw that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Now, granted, we only had 3 offensive possessions for the full first half. So how can you do that? Talking to my good friend, who is a massive Chargers fan, actually the only Chargers fan I know. So Peter, shout out to you. Gordon, I said, Gordon's going to be Gordon pretty soon. And I just don't know when. I'm just hoping that it doesn't happen against Green Bay, because evidently we can't stop the run anymore. 1 week we can, and 3 weeks we can't. And Gordon goes off and has a big game. If you had him in fantasy, you'd be happy because he finally did something for you. But our offense was just absolutely ineffective. Our defense, literally was meh. I mean, come on. We gotta get more pressure on Rivers. We just looked, as a whole team, didn't look good. We had a punt that got blocked. I mean, it was it just was awful. And let's just be honest, it was awful. But I know I'm not going to go on a ton of in-depth analysis. I'm really glad that Davante Adams was back. It was basically Davante Adams, and then everyone else was just you couldn't find them, didn't know where they were on the field. Where was Scantling? Where was Allison, even though he had a couple plays? But Jimmy Graham, ineffective. Aaron Jones wasn't very good. Jamal Williams played well, had a nice touchdown. Dancing when we were out of it by a million. I don't even understand that whole scenario, but whatever. Aaron Rodgers just looked bad. He just didn't look himself. So I don't think there was a lot open. And basically what you got to do in a situation like that is go to the game film, learn from your mistakes, and move on. You just got to move on. Next week, you're in a new city, a new team, and that's the thing you got to keep remembering about that. So, let's keep it, again, in perspective. We are still 7-2, leading the NFC North, and excited about that because everyone else in our division lost. Chicago lost, Minnesota lost, Detroit lost. So if there was a week to lose, that was the week. And so we still need about 3 or 4 more wins to make sure we make the playoffs. And so we play Carolina next week, which is insane. I do not know what's going to happen in that game. McCaffrey is most likely going to run all over us because he's been running all over the entire league. But I don't know if we can shut down the rest of that team, and I hope we can. I'm expecting us to win. I'm pretty sure we play them next week. Let's just confirm that. Some nice interlude music while I look. Okay, here we go. I think we play Carolina. Yes, we do. We play Carolina next week. So that should be really interesting. But we're at home in Lambeau, and it should be good to be back at home. Now, I just want to quickly chat about the rest of the league. This weekend, the Patriots lost to the Baltimore Ravens, and everyone on Twitter is going nuts about how incredible and awesome that was, and blah, 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 and crowning Lamar Jackson, even though, and I want to give credit to the Baltimore Ravens. They had a phenomenal game. But let me tell you about something that happens usually in those games. Just like what happened last year with Kansas City when they played New England. Belichick finds ways to beat that team. So I'm just telling you right now, if the Baltimore Ravens face the New England Patriots in the playoffs, New England wins that game. That's how good they are. I don't know how they do it. It's just absolutely amazing. Houston absolutely shellacks Jacksonville Jaguars overseas. Pittsburgh somehow gets a 2-point win against Indy. Brissett goes down with an injury. Like I was saying, Philadelphia beat the Bears. Way to go, Eagles. Miami beats the Jets. The Jets are the worst team in the league. And I thought like Miami had it beat. No problem. There's actually quite a few teams that are quite awful this year. Big win for Kansas City, though, over the Minnesota Vikings. I thought the Vikings for sure were going to win that game, but they didn't. Carolina beat Tennessee. Buffalo crushes the Washington Redskins. Oakland beats Detroit 31-24, which I was excited about. Denver beats the Browns. What is going on in Cleveland? I predicted you guys to win the division, and especially when Big Ben broke his arm or elbow or whatever he broke and he's out for the season. You guys should have taken that division by storm. You're awful. In fact, who's worse, the Jets, Dolphins, or Browns? Nobody really knows at this stage. San Francisco beat Arizona only by 3. That was very interesting. They're the only undefeated team, and we play them week 12. I'm looking forward to that. I hope we have a better performance than we did this week. But tonight's game was Dallas, Monday Night Football. Pretty good first half, but if you look at the biggest thing of the game was not that Dallas came back and ended up winning. It was the cat. The cat on the field, and the announcer totally doing a play-by-play. That was pretty hysterical, but that's going to be known as the cat game. I don't know. But Dallas rolls over the Giants, who did not look good tonight. Daniel Jones, I don't know. I like him a lot, but I don't know what he's doing. He's always fumbling the ball, or throwing a pick. He did both tonight. The game of the week, though, was Seahawks-Buccaneers, and the Bucs came out to play. Winston was incredible, but somehow, some way, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks will their way to win in overtime, 40-34. Let me just call a timeout for a second. There's a lot of talk going on about who's MVP of the league and who's the best, and we know that Mahomes is phenomenal. We know Tom Brady's been the GOAT. Now there's talk about Aaron Rodgers being MVP, and rightly so, he should be in the conversation. Lamar Jackson definitely should be in that conversation as well. Some people are even saying Nick Bosa from the 49ers. I'm not sure about that one yet, but I would say Defensive Player of the Year for sure, especially Rookie of the Year for sure. But my vote right now, and I've been saying it for weeks, is definitely Russell Wilson. This guy is unbelievable. He's having the greatest year that I've seen him ever have, and he's carrying that team on his back. So as much as I'm a Packers fan and I'm cheering for Aaron Rodgers and I'm pumped about how well he's done, except for this week, man, Russell Wilson, he's been the guy. And I didn't actually get to see it. I just saw highlights because I was watching the Packer game. That was horrific. 26-11. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'm looking forward to next week against the Panthers. I hope you're really liking these videos. Please like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear some feedback from you. And as always, go Pack, go!